Welcome, adventurers, to a realm where legends breathe and myths walk among us. Today, we're diving deep into the very essence of fantasy, exploring three of its most iconic and fascinating creatures: the mighty dragon, the humble slime, and the enigmatic shadow. From scales of immense power to the quivering unknown, and the darkness that lurks in every corner, these beings have captured our imaginations for generations. So, grab your gear, sharpen your wits, and let's begin our grand tour of dragons, slimes, and shadows. Let's start with the undisputed kings of the fantasy world, dragons. When you hear the word dragon, what comes to mind? A colossal, fire-breathing beast hoarding mountains of gold, a wise ancient serpent offering cryptic advice to heroes, or perhaps a loyal companion soaring through the skies. The beauty of dragons is their incredible versatility. In Western lore, they are often depicted as symbols of immense power and destruction. Think of Smaug from The Hobbit, a greedy, terrifying force of nature. These dragons are challenges to be overcome, the ultimate test for any aspiring hero. Their roars shake mountains, and their fiery breath can turn armies to ash. They represent the untamed, primal forces of the world, a living embodiment of chaos and might. But that's just one side of the coin. Travel eastward in mythology, and the dragon transforms. In many Asian cultures, dragons are benevolent, wise creatures associated with water, luck, and prosperity. They are not monsters to be slain but revered spirits who bring rain to nurture crops and offer guidance to emperors. Think of the long serpentine dragons dancing through festival parades, symbols of good fortune and national pride. These dragons represent harmony, wisdom, and the benevolent power of nature. This duality is what makes dragons so compelling. They can be our greatest foe or our most powerful ally, a monster of greed or a god of wisdom. This range allows storytellers to use them in countless ways, ensuring they remain eternally fascinating. From the scaled tyrants of epic poems to the friendly companions in modern animation, dragons continue to rule the skies of our imagination. Now, let's slide from the majestic to the jiggly. Let's talk about slimes. I know what you might be thinking. A blob of goo. How can that compete with a dragon? But don't underestimate the power of the humble slime. In the world of fantasy, especially in video games, the slime is often the first enemy you encounter. It's the level 1 monster, a low-stakes introduction to the game's combat mechanics. They're squishy, easy to defeat, and honestly, a little bit cute. They teach us the basic rules of the world we're entering. In this role, the slime is a brilliant piece of game design, a perfect tutorial monster that prepares us for the greater challenges ahead. It's the first step on every hero's journey, but the slime story doesn't end there. In recent years, creators have started asking, what if the slime was the hero? This has led to an explosion of stories where slimes are the main characters. Suddenly, this simple creature is given incredible depth. They might have the ability to absorb powers, to shapeshift, or to evolve into incredibly powerful beings. We see the world from a completely new perspective. The slime becomes a symbol of potential, proving that even the most underestimated and seemingly weakest among us can achieve greatness. From a simple puddle of goo to a nation-building, world-saving protagonist, the slime has had one of the biggest glow-ups in fantasy history. It shows us that heroism isn't about your starting point. It's about your journey and your potential for growth. Finally, we step out of the light and into the darkness to confront our third subject, the shadow. Unlike dragons and slimes, shadows are often not physical beings at all. They are concepts, fears, and parts of ourselves made manifest. In fantasy, a shadow can be a literal creature made of darkness, a silent assassin that strikes from unseen corners. These shadow beings are terrifying because they represent the unknown. They move without a sound, their form is indistinct, and they are masters of stealth and misdirection. They can be spies, monsters, or even an entire army of darkness that threatens to swallow the world. They prey on our primal fear of what lurks just beyond the light. But the most compelling use of shadows in storytelling is when they become metaphorical, the shadow self. This is the part of a character they try to hide their fears, their regrets, their darker impulses. Often, a hero's greatest trial isn't fighting a monster, but confronting their own shadow. This internal conflict is incredibly powerful. Will the hero accept their darker side and find balance, or will they be consumed by it? A shadow can also be a haunting memory or a curse that follows a character, a constant reminder of a past they can't escape. This makes the shadow not just an enemy to be fought, but a psychological puzzle to be solved. It's the ultimate personal demon, forcing characters and us, the audience, to look inward and face the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. So, what do these three creatures tell us? The dragon, the slime, and the shadow represent three fundamental pillars of adventure. The dragon is the great, external challenge, the epic obstacle that we must overcome with strength and courage. It's the mountain we have to climb. The slime is the symbol of our own potential, the humble beginning from which we can grow into something extraordinary. It represents the journey of self-improvement and the idea that anyone can become a hero. And the shadow. The shadow is the internal battle, the fears and flaws we must confront within ourselves to truly be whole. It's the fight for our own soul. Together, they form a perfect trifecta of storytelling. You need the epic goal, the dragon, the belief in your own growth, the slime, and the courage to face your inner demons, the shadow. Think about your favorite stories. You'll likely find these elements in one form or another. From ancient myths to modern video games, these archetypes are timeless because they speak to the core of the human experience. We all face our own dragons, we all start as slimes, and we all have shadows we must learn to live with. That's the magic of fantasy. It takes these universal truths and gives them scales, ooze, and a cloak of darkness, allowing us to explore them in the most imaginative way possible. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the realms of fantasy. What are your favorite interpretations of dragons, slimes, or shadows in fiction? Let me know down in the comments side. Love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the worlds of our imagination. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.